Hi, and welcome to the presentation of the research, The Impact of English in Guatemalan Society. As introduction, I will say that English language has become the worldwide communication channel in business, studies, and social environment. This phenomenon means that people are looking forward to develop this skill in different countries, since they have recognized the huge impact English has made in globalization and economic development, improving people's life through well-paid employment. In Guatemala, the best example is the call center industry that offers to their employees benefits such as special schedules, part-time or full-time, so employees can handle studies, family, and life issues, and also well-paid salaries, which will change and improve their life for good. In this research, the impact that Guatemalan people who speak English and work in a call center have had in their lives and economy is reviewed through a survey and its analysis. We also established objectives for this research. The general objective is to determine the impact that English language has in Guatemalan society related to the call center industry as a source of employment. And the specific objectives are to understand the benefits that English language and call center industry have given to Guatemalan people. And the second one is to identify the skills that require improvement on the teaching of English language in order to cover the needs of call center agents to reach the required level.
Well, talking about contact center, we want to mention that this study was actually took place here in Guatemala, and in a country that's in a city has many centers that operate. We can mention some such as 24/7, about Global, Atom, and others that we can mention. And they're mostly located at the metropolitan area in Guatemala, and most of them in English, and the majority. There's some content that other positions for different jobs, and this industry has grown for the past 20 years, and according to the articles found for Saturday, was the 100 centers that operate in Central America, and the most located between Guatemala and Costa Rica. And I was reported by 2016, there were 2008 that were actually working in the industries, and it was 3 years ago, so we can compare as everybody is interested in learning the language, not only with music, but also because of the position and up to, and especially after being graduated from high school, at a different stage when everyone's needs to start working, and the thing about it is that you can get a paid salary and flexible schedule, and now is as English is considered the global language for business, and this right we can see that the English is the official language, and that is also considered that there's some other groups that speak the language in our scale, and the benefits of working in the call center part, there is no experience required since people are trained in order to work based on the needs, and as long must manage computer skills and get a salary which is higher than minimum salary in Guatemala, especially for new graduate individual, and due to the better skill and more flexibility of schedules, and all the job is done at the facility, so there's no work to take home, which is good. Well, the benefit of a center.
So we have been talking about this research from a scientific point of view, but we also passed a survey that allowed us to prove what we already knew firsthand from the opinion of different agents in different call centers. We did this survey with 15 questions and passed it on a digital format and received the answer from 33 different individuals who are currently working inside the call center industry. In the following slides, you will see the graphics and interpretation that we obtained from this survey. We split the survey in different parts, one of them being general information. One question asked, "How old are you?" And we could prove that the majority of the call center agents are between the ages of 29 to 39 years old. We also asked for the gender of the agents, and we know that the majority, even though there is a small difference, are male agents. These two questions allowed us to understand that the majority of employees belong to a millennial generation. This is interesting because the millennial generation is already focused on technology and understands the benefits of learning English in a globalized world. Another question inside the general information part was, "For how long have you been working in the call center industry?" The majority of the agents answered that they have been in the call center industry for more than 3 years. It is very important to highlight that they seek these type of jobs for either a mid to long-term standard. The next part of our survey is related to English education. We asked, "How did you learn English?" and we could state and prove that the majority of agents learn English inside the private part of schools or English academies. Agents were able to choose more than one response, and the usual combination counts with a private school and practicing by themselves, or an English academy and practicing by themselves. We also asked, "What is your current English language level?" and the majority of agents state that their language level is between 85 to 95%, and the second largest group states that their English language level is between 70 to 85%. We have to highlight the fact that call center industries require a 75% or higher English language level to hire the agents, so the group that states that they are between 70 to 85%, which is 33% of the interviewed agents, is on the bottom line of what is allowed inside the call center industry. Guatemala still does not have a well-enforced public system of English education, which is why the majority of people who reach English proficiency do it through private schools that dominate the learning field of English. We also asked, "In your opinion, which of the following entertainment activities are the best option to improve the English language skills?" The majority of agents stated that watching movies and TV shows in English, listening to songs in English, speaking with friends, and listening to audiobooks in English are the entertainment activities that support the proficiency of English language skills best. This is also related to the fact that we're talking about a millennial generation that focuses mostly on entertainment in order to practice and improve. How often do you like to speak English in public areas with friends was another of our questions, and as you can see from the graphic, the opinion is very divided. Some of them say that they never speak outside their job, some of them say hardly ever. The majority says that sometimes they speak English outside their job, and 24% states that they speak English all the time outside the call center. This is also related to the fact that the highest impact that BPO industry has had in Guatemala is the use of English language in public areas. We know as Guatemalans that English goes beyond being just a language, and it also involves a culture. Questions related to the call centers. Were you able to get hired on your first try applying to a call center? 78.8% stated that yes, they were hired on their first try. And then the next question says, if your previous answer was no, what was the skill that you needed to improve at the moment? And if your previous answer was yes, then select the area or skill that is more challenging to you. Out of the 33 agents that we interviewed, the majority states that speaking is the area that needs to be worked on more. When we think about call centers, we usually think that speaking and listening are the two skills that they should develop. But when we analyze it deep down, even agents understand that all four skills are required, and that writing next to speaking are the ones that prove more challenge to the agent. Do you wish to change job or profession? 66.7% of the agents stated that yes, they would desire to change their job or profession. And one would easily assume that it is due to the work environment, which usually conveys a stress, tiredness, or high efficiency requirements. However, the next question says, if your previous answer was yes, what would be the main reason? And 55.6% of the agents stated that it would be a change of professional career path and not something related to English language or to the environment. This question is related to how long agents stay inside the call center industry, because it provides us the evidence that one of the benefits that call centers represent for Guatemalans is the fact that the flexible schedules allows them to study in the university as they are working. And eventually, after 3, 4, or 5 years of working in a call center, agents are ready to change the professional career path that they have selected. To continue with the topic of benefits, we also asked the agents, why did you apply to a call center job? 63.6% of the interviewed agents stated that it offers a better salary. Call centers offer twice or even 3 times the minimum wage, and this opportunity of a better salary with little to no experience has no comparison inside the Guatemalan culture. We also asked the agents, if you were not working in the call center industry, which of the following options would you probably be working at? 48.5% decided to choose the option of other, and it includes entrepreneurship, commerce, accountant or bank industry, bilingual secretaries. However, we know that either one of these economical areas does not benefit as much as the salary that a call center offers. And we also know that people would be in their jobs that require English language because English language tends to provide a better salary. What is the impact of the call center industry in Guatemala? Related to this question, we asked the surveyed agents, in your opinion, English language allows you to obtain better opportunities inside your job environment? 100% of the surveyed agents replied yes. English proficiency opens doors to a profitable industry, not only to get a job inside the call center industry, but also makes the agents stand out inside this industry and allows them to have opportunities of growth. Bottom line, do you consider English language allows you to have better life opportunities? 100% of the interviewed agents said yes. English language has given them better life opportunities through their job. So what are our conclusions and recommendations? Number 1, lack of information, research and further analysis of the impact that English language has had in Guatemala, the benefit that it produces for industry as a call center, and the link that it has to education. Number 2, even though we can see how English language impacts in a positive way the opportunities and lifestyle of Guatemalan people, the level of proficiency and mastery of the 4 skills determines the degree of the impact. These 2 conclusions are related to the questions that you saw on the survey. We know and understand that call centers have different types, and even though we usually consider that only listening and speaking skills are required inside the call center industry, we know that that's not correct. There are different types of call centers that require more than just the 4 skills that we can talk about inside the English language. We have debt collection calls that require analysis, writing, reading of information, comprehensive reading. We have sales calls, sales pitch that also require writing, surveys and market research that also require more than just 2 or 3 of the English language skills. And we know that the better that agents are inside the CEFR language proficiency levels, the more opportunities that they are going to have of growth. If you go back to the question that states, what is your English language level? Only that agent that selected that they are proficient above 95% has the opportunity of growth inside the call center industry. So that's how we reach our final conclusion. English language education is a key factor to provide growth opportunities and better life experience for call center agents. Regarding this, we reach our recommendations. Number 1, to Sección de Idiomas, to encourage English teacher students to research deeply on this topic in order to state the importance of developing English language in our society. The more that we know, the better data that we have, the more fact-based information that we reach, the better decisions that we are going to take. As English teacher students, we have the future of call center agents in our hands. And not only call center agents, but any other industry that highly influences our Guatemalan country. Economical benefits are also related to education. To coordinators and people in charge of supervising English classes to make sure all 4 skills are emphasized and taught, so students will be able to reach the required level and be prepared for the future. We cannot have English language students that are only proficient on listening and reading. or on listening and speaking. We need all four English skills to be equally developed. The more secure that our students feel on their English proficiency, the better opportunities that they're going to be able to obtain and reach. Recommendation number 3. To all English teaching professionals to work on and improve the different methodologies and techniques applied inside the classroom in order to encourage students and future teachers to develop better programs and courses that allow not only learning but also acquiring a second language and stimulate the different skills, both in receptive as productive skills, in an appropriate manner. And this is not only related to the 4 skills, but it is also related to the 4 C's of the 21st century skills. Call center agents need to be able to critically think, to be creative, and have solutions to the different problems that they face inside their industry, to collaborate with each other, and to communicate effectively. And all of that is also related to the key factor of education. It is our job and our responsibility as English teaching professionals to provide our students with the best tools so that they can open doors of growth in the future. Thank you very much for your attention.